Hello, this is Too Bright for Me, and as you can see by my t-shirt and my mama's t-shirt, I just can't wait to share the first Star Wars month review with you guys. But before that, let's talk about something less great. Super Mario Odyssey. But you might be asking, why less great? Should it be more great? Super Mario Odyssey has gotten amazing reviews. Well, sad to say, but I hated it. Yes, I did. And this does not mean it's a new arch nemesis. Sure, it has more positive reviews than Finding Dory, and I hate it more, but it doesn't replace it. It's just a new arch nemesis, one in gaming and one in movies. But anyways, let's get back to why this video game was a disaster. Starting off with the plot. It's just a bland Peach stole Bowser plot, except that this time Bowser threw Mario off to the Cap Kingdom, and now he must save Princess Peach. I'll get to that later. By using his cap to possess enemies. Bowser, and what's the explanation for all this?
What?
Bowser threw him off of his airship with a hat. First off, how should a hat hurt that much? I think it would, in this game, it hurts as much as as 15 clubs or so.
Oh gosh. Like
But-
it's a weapon?
As a club or so. But in real life, it doesn't do jack squat to your body.
It doesn't, I agree.
And how Mario survived that long of fall?
Very strange.
But now let's get to some other stuff.
So,
First off, it stole a setting from Sonic 06 to the Metro Kingdom setting, portrayed Mexicans as party-loving skeletons in Tostarena Kingdom, pretended that all people living on beaches and snowy mountains are animals, and had the two kingdoms where you had to fix your starship by putting power moons into it. I mean, how can 3 power moons where moons help craft an airship again? They only help one aspect of it regular. If the globus that takes the moons doesn't work, how should we get out of here? And nobody knows.
nobody knows.
Plus, this game tries way too hard to be hip
Oh gosh.
and cool with the kids.
I hate when they do that.
I mean, you can take selfies of Mario,
Really? Oh my god!
and one of his transformation Mario wears sunglasses,
Really?
and we'll get to something else later, but let's talk about another atrocious aspect of the game, the ending. Bowser leaves... No. Spoilers. Both Bowser and Mario try to give Peach a flower, but she ultimately ends up disagreeing with both and run off to the starship.
Oh.
Sorry for the spoilers, but this is an awful game.
Oh yes. But that makes it awful that she doesn't want either Bowser or
Yeah,
Mario?
it's not only cliched, I don't need no man
What's
plot
wrong with
line,
that? Yeah.
but it also doesn't make sense. Peach's total trait should be the damsel in distress, the one who longs for Mario. And after Mario saving you so many times, why did you accept it in the first place? How was the starship able to fly without you even having any power moons at all?
Maybe Peach has power ones.
No, the whole time she was just trapped in Bowser's starship,
Oh, I see.
as she always is.
Of course.
And now on to another aspect of the game, the brawls. And yes, extremely subtle pun of the name aside. Get it? Brawls. Brutal.
I see. Okay.
They just ripped off the Rabbids from Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which only came out a few months shy of this game. It feels like this game was made in less than a month, and to add insult to injury, they can speak in emojis.
Oh, no.
Overall, the story failed in every aspect a story should fail. Would fail in. The overall story is bland. The ending is really bad. It tries way too hard to be hip. It steals settings and uses stupid ones as a replacement, and it steals from previous games.
Oh gosh.
Now let's
Very
talk
recent
about
concept
the visuals.
I have something to say about the visual.
Okay, well, they're not the worst that can be. It could be worse, but
Meh.
some of the character designs are rather nice to look at. Like there's a giant dinosaur, like there's a T-Rex, a dragon, and there's a statue and the Mecha Wiggler boss fight. Fight in particular had really interesting designs, but they don't feel like they fit in this world.
Oh.
Where you have these realistic characters in this overly cartoony world.
I see.
And
So they
you
seem
can
out
figure
of
out the
place?
rest of my complaints about the designs from there.
I see.
The character animation is really smooth, with every character moving at a fast pace. Moving at a fast pace, but not too much.
Good. So that's a bonus.
The backgrounds, though, are uninspired, or they just hurt my eyes, like the Tostarena Kingdom being the worst example of this. But then there's also the Snowy Kingdom, and the Lake Kingdom, and the Seaside Kingdom. Those two. Another thing I'd have to give credit to the visuals, though, would be the effects.
Okay.
Some of the most of the effects, like the little battlefield, which is just a barrage of, which is just 3 energy waves around you, and the air and the fire effects are really neat effects.
Okay. So this is good.
Yeah. But then there's also something that's not good, which would be all of the tutorial screens. If you don't get it, let me explain.
Okay.
In some screens, sometimes Cappy will appear with a text box telling you what to do. That is annoying enough. But sometimes there will be even little screens showing what the character is doing.
Really?
Yes.
That's spoon feeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Especially in the stupid octopus boss. We'll get to that later. To that later. Although not too soon. And overall, the visuals are better than most of the Mario games, but not the best. And now on to another, oh god, aspect, the gameplay. Now, what I'm shocked is that this game is surprisingly hard. I mean, it isn't like usual Mario game where you...
And that's coming from a Cuphead champ, so...
yeah. Cuphead is hard too, but we'll get to why that doesn't work later. Especially this one section, for an example, in one of the later kingdoms, the Luncheon Kingdom, Kingdom, there's one section where you have to climb really tight line as a enemy, mind you, and another section which does the same thing, but with projectiles coming your way.
Wow, that's hard.
Yeah, that is hard. And there's also the stupid octopus boss that is dread. Now, some of you might be saying, difficulty isn't bad. That's true. I love Cuphead for its sense of difficulty, but let me explain to you the difference. The boss I'm currently stuck on, Dr. Cal's robot, still teaches me a lot about the game, even though it's really further in the game. For example, there's this giant laser enemy that shoots up and down, and you can't get no damage, and you can't get no damage without parrying on it.
Okay.
Or transforming into a rocket using your super and going through, but that's likely to happen with parrying on the enemy, not the other player. It also teaches you that some bosses will attack even after they're dead.
Yeah.
Not only the second form, just his head dashing at you, but the missiles will leave a small explosion that you can still get hit by.
Oh gosh.
So that's a teaching moment.
Yes.
In and of itself. However, this game doesn't teach you something at all. It instead takes the mechanics you previously used and puts them to waste. Let's talk about two examples of this. Number one, the octopus boss. Now, it's not a problem dodging his mines. It's not a problem dodging his spikes. It's not a problem dodging his spinning attack. The problem is to get to him.
Really?
Yeah. He's way too fast for you. And sometimes when he taunts,
I need to go through.
Okay.
when he taunts, and when you do get really close to him, he'll probably get away.
Oh, that's frustrating.
And then there's the Mecha Wiggler boss fight. I previously mentioned him being okay in design, but not in the boss fight.
That's right.
The tank can't move its camera at all, which sucks considering the Mecha Wiggler will hop on 4 buildings.
Wow.
And it has low range attacks, meaning that you won't be likely to hit the Mega Wiggler. The Mega Wiggler mostly on top of the buildings, and when he is on the floor, he he's likely to dash at you, meaning that you can't hit him.
Okay.
Oh, and you want to know what's even worse with the
What?
octopus boss
What?
and the Mecha Wiggler?
What?
I had enough moons to enter the bonus kingdom and the mushroom kingdom, and I found a rematch of both of these bosses. In one rematch, the octopus boss was all the way had the water replaced with the sky, meaning that if you let go, that meaning that if the enemy you're possessing loses energy, you die. And now there's 2 Mecha Wigglers in the Mecha Wiggler rematch, meaning that you have to deal with double the trouble and none of the fun.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
And now on to the hat transformations. Despite them looking different, sometimes looking okay, they barely do anything. For example, let me tell you about the first enemy you can possess in the game, the frog. It's a very simple enemy that you possess in the first kingdom, the Cap Kingdom. But here's the thing. It does nothing but let Mario jump higher.
Really?
And nothing else.
That's it?
Yes. And when they do have some sort of new gimmicks, they aren't that good. Like the previously mentioned tank. Short range attacks and no ability to turn on the camera
Yeah.
make this one a frustrating use. But here's another spoilerific one again. Let's talk about Bowser.
Okay.
He's slow. His attacks are short. His claw attack is short range. I don't know how to use the fireball attack, and I don't know how he's able to transform while Mario has already transformed.
Oh, that doesn't sound that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To conclude, the gameplay. Also, one last thing. There are costumes in the game that you buy, and what purpose do they serve?
What?
Nothing aside from making Mario look different. And to enter these rooms, which I pretty much never solved any of them. So there's that.
I see.
In ARMS, when you change
Costume, you get new
when
abilities, right?
when you change your weapon, you get a new ability. For example, the hammer doesn't just appear as the same. I mean, why just bump your hammer into people when you can smash them? And when you get the Tri-Blaster, you're able to shoot 3 projectiles at once. So it's particularly good if there are more than 2 players.
Yes.
Please make that a thing.
Please, Nintendo. Please.
But you might be saying now, well, there are the hats and all that in Skylanders. They also do nothing. Wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah, wrong.
Are they doing anything?
They don't give you an ability, but they do upgrade your stats.
Oh.
You know, like when you wear a propeller hat, it increases your defense and speed.
Oh, so they do something. They do
Yeah.
have an effect.
They just don't change up the gameplay. But this here, this is a disgrace. This brings absolutely nothing. To conclude, the game also, while not every time, the game can be outright uncontrollable at times.
Okay.
You see, there was one time where I tried to get to do a little jump in the Lost Kingdom, and when I pressed A, the game didn't respond.
Really?
Yes. Controlling the game feels quite boring too. Where you just walk to the left for the most part, and walk to the right, trying to find the power moon. To conclude, this game is uncontrollable, frustrating, and and stoop and has purpose and has things that barely change up the game.
Okay.
Super Mario Odyssey is
Super
a cap thrown in the trash. The story, the visuals are and the gameplay is another
Oh gosh.
Please don't buy this game. Oh wait, you probably did. Well,
okay. Well.
Let's conclude our scores. Story, 1 out of 10. Visuals, 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Gameplay, 1 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, 2 out of 10.
Wow. That's bad.
And
Thank
I'll
you.
see you when I
Bye.
finish Cuphead. But we'll just hope you'll enjoy Star Wars Month.
Yes. Bye.